And the Checka Pro Radio Show starts now.
I'm taking what they're giving because I'm working for a living.
And hello, everybody. I am Checka Pro Joe. Welcome to my show, the Checka Pro Radio Show. On today's program, I am so excited to bring an expert guest in to talk about your garage door. That's right, you've heard him here before. His name is Cody Johnson from Garage Door Doctor. He'll be coming in just a few moments to educate us on our garage doors, everything from maintenance to tune-ups to safety and replacement of a garage door. Before I introduce Cody, I want to remind you, if you need anything for home improvement and you don't know where to go, check out my website, checkapro.com, www.checkapro.com. You can always call me directly as well if you have any questions about contractors, our pre-qualified contractors, or home improvement, or email me, Joe, Joe, at checkapro.com. Cody Johnson, it's great to see you here in the studio. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
It is so wonderful to have you. Family-owned and operated Garage Door Doctor. It's been decades now. What year did your dad start the business?
Way back when, 1987.
1987. You guys have really grown a lot since then. Like a lot of companies, Subway subs and Starbucks had been around for a while. Then all of a sudden they peaked.
Right.
In recent decades. You guys are kind of on the same trajectory where you've been around for a while, but lately you guys have really started to take over Houston.
Well, yes, the city has been good to us. The clients are enjoying the experiences, and my team is growing rapidly, and it's been a fun journey.
You guys are here to serve people with their garage door needs. I'd like to get into the offer that you brought because it's not the same as it has been in the past. So let's get everyone on board with this because we've had such great feedback from people when we told them about this offer. So for $129, you guys are going to come out and do a garage door tune-up. But on top of that, you're going to give away something free, 10 free rollers.
Yes, 10 free rollers. You said sharpen the pencil, Cody, and it's about as good as it gets.
Only 10 of my listeners are going to get this today. Here is Cody's phone number. I'm going to give it out right now, 281-343-3632. Again, the phone number, 281-343-3632. This is a $350 value. Only $129 today for the garage door tune-up and the 10 rollers for free. When people get their rollers, they're going to notice a big difference. When you put new rollers on a garage door, it's not like putting new tires on a car or truck. That could improve the car or truck's ride, but this is going to make a big difference in that door, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. What we're seeing most of the time is the client has builder grade rollers on there, and there's two different kind of builder grade rollers. Most that we're seeing now is like a plastic wheel that doesn't have any ball bearings. And so when the door is going up and down, you'll hear kind of groaning and squeaking coming from the door. And basically what's happening is because there's no ball bearings, those rollers are locking up in the track. So I've said it before, it's like driving down the freeway with your emergency brake on. Not a good sign, right? So the other type of roller is a metal roller that has ball bearings. So at least it's rolling, but you got that metal on metal noise. It's very loud, very clanky, things like that. So what we're going to install is a nylon coated roller. So it's got the nylon coated, so it's going to be quiet in the track. But the main thing here is nylon coated with the ball bearings. And it's going to make that door work a lot smoother, a lot more freely, and then it allows the opener to work less hard.
This is a very popular offer, and I want people to call right now to get in because only 10 of my listeners are going to get this today. Here's the phone number, 281-343-3632. It's a $129 garage door tune-up. You're going to get 10 rollers for free. It's a $350 value. On top of that, you guys are going to inspect the door.
Yes. We're going to do a 29-point safety inspection of the garage door, and we're going to kind of look through everything like a fine-tooth comb, right? Like we're going to check the motor head, the rail for the opener. We're going to check out the door, its condition, and all the parts on that, and then give you a report about it.
This is phenomenal. Most garage door companies aren't as thorough as you guys.
Well, correct. I mean, most companies, they'll just come in and they just do something. They're in and out in 15, 20 minutes, right? And we're trying to make it an experience, but also just have our guys take good care of you and let you know, hey, here's what's going on today and here's what to be prepared for if there's anything. Hopefully there's not.
I hear from the radio listener all the time. They'll call me and they'll say, hey, Joe, I love what I get from Garage Door Doctor. I heard Cody on the air and I wasn't so sure, but when he and his team came out, they exceeded my expectations. And then I'll say, well, if you were to rate them, how would you rate them with a star? And they'd say 5-star service. You guys strive for the 5.
Yes, that's our ultimate goal is get a 5-star review. Hopefully the clients love us, and if we did our job right, they will. So that's our ultimate goal.
One thing I love about having you in my studio versus most garage door companies is that you guys have your own employees. You don't sub it out. You have a fully stocked truck. You are insured. And you've been doing this for decades here in Houston, Texas. You can't afford to do what a lot of these crooks do. You just can't. And you know in home service, there's a lot of people who are, I said they're crooks. And that's why I started CheckaPro back in 2005 to protect my listeners.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, you live by the motto of do as you'd want done, do unto others as you'd want done to you. And if you just live by that, then life is good, right? So we try to treat everybody like they're our mom or our dad. And we found that that's a good way to do business. It's obvious, it's an obvious thing, right? But it's for some companies, it might be a little harder to implement, right? For us, it's not that hard. I really love being able to have our own, I call them colleagues, so I don't really call them employees, but our own colleagues, our own teammates, and we train them in-house, and they're certified, technicians, and that's what they are. They know what they're doing, and we have a team, a brotherhood, basically here. That if there is that weird one-off, something that's weird that perhaps only I've seen once in my life, I've been doing it for a long time now. They can always reach out and get that expert help if it's required. But these guys are experts at what they do.
Listen up, everybody. I'm about to give Cody's phone number out again. You're calling for a special offer. You cannot find this offer anywhere else. It's on CheckaPro Radio only, today here only, for only 10 of my callers. Well, actually, Jerry, my producer, just corrected me. He said only 8 of these left. Call now to get your $129 garage door tune-up. You're going to get 10 free rollers. This is the value of $350 for just $129. Limited time offer. You're also going to get, absolutely free on top of it, a garage door inspection. Here's Cody's number. Call now, dial carefully. 281-343-3632. Again, 281-343-3632. That is his number. He and his team would love to get you on board with Garage Door Doctor. Garage Door Doctor, family owned and operated, started by Vincent, your father. It's a family affair, and you want to make your family bigger by bringing my listeners in to your family at Garage Door Doctor.
Absolutely. Yes. And Dad's still working with us today, and my brother and my mom and my uncle, we love what we do. And my team it's just a big family. And, that's how we should be treating our clients too. And that's exactly what we strive to do.
A fully stocked truck. Let's talk about that and why it's important. Fully stocked truck means it's like a rolling supply house, a warehouse. It has almost everything except for maybe a custom door somebody wants. But as far as repair and maintenance, everything's on that truck that your technician needs to help my listener.
Yes, that's what we strive to do. About 99% of the jobs that we go to, we have everything on the truck. We don't have the sections, and there might be some custom cut stuff that somebody might have a fancy schmancy door, like a wood overlay, and they need some custom springs. But for 99% of what we see out there in the field, we have everything on the truck. Which the goal of that, it costs us a lot of money to do that, but the goal of that is to not have the client have to book out another day. Like we go there, figure out what's going on, and then make them block off another day 2 weeks from now when the part comes in. So ultimately, our goal is just convenience for our clients and be able to resolve it right then and there on the spot if the client chooses to move forward.
Call now, 281-343-3632 to get your garage door tuned up. And you're going to get 10 free rollers, by the way. Thank you, Cody Johnson, for offering the 10 free rollers to my listeners today. This is a $350 value for just $129. I asked Cody if he could sweeten the deal a little bit. So I flipped him upside down, grabbed him by the ankles. The pennies and nickels came out, and he said, Joe, what do you want? I said, you got to sweeten it up. He said, okay, fine. A garage door inspection at no extra price.
That's absolutely right. So, but yes, we do a 29-point safety check, and it's pretty. What we really like is when the client hangs out with us while we're doing it, and we can kind of educate you if you like. So if ever you're there and my technician is there, if you say, hey, when you do that 29-point safety check, I want to hang out with you while you do it, we can educate you on exactly what we're doing and why we do it. A lot of people enjoy that experience if you're up for it.
If I were you, I would call Cody, because your garage door, if it is causing you some trouble, which many do, it could be a brand new garage door, a builder grade, and it may not have been installed correctly. It might be very noisy. Having new rollers are going to make it really a better piece of equipment. I would call right now, 281-343-3632. That's 281-343-3632. Cody, we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
Jerry in the other room, in the control room, he's our producer, tells me Elizabeth is on the line, and she wants to tell us her experience with you, and we're going to hold her over the break. But when we come back, we're going to talk to her. How does that sound?
I love it. Let's do it.
We'll be right back right after this here on the Checker Pro Radio Show. Stand by.
This is the Checker Pro Radio Show.
Did you know your old garage door could help save lives? Hi, I'm Tommy Mello with Garage Door Doctor. When we replaced your garage door, we put the old garage door to work, donating old doors to local first responders so they can train for life-saving rescue operations. Right now, we'll give you up to $1,000 for your old garage door when you upgrade to a new one. From simple repairs to new garage doors, call the Garage Door Doctor today.
Honest quality work at a fair price. Garage Door Doctor. Garage Door Doctor.
This is Sebastian Gorka. If you're looking for a quality home service provider, log on to checkapro.com. That's checkapro.com.
And we're back here on Checker Pro Radio. I am Checker Pro Joe since 2005, helping you here in Houston find the best contractors. We check them out by checking their insurance, licenses, and references. If you didn't get Cody's phone number, well, here it is, 281-343-3632. If you've just tuned in and you're wondering why we're giving out Cody's number, it's because he brought another valuable offer to you, my listeners, today here in Houston. A garage door tune-up, ordinarily $350. I asked Cody to sweeten that up. He said, $129. I said, can you do better? He said, how about 10 free rollers? I'm like, great. I said, can you do better? He said, Joe, I said, can you do better? And he says, one more thing I can do. I can do a garage door inspection on top of that, all for $350. Oh, I mean, $129. $129. This is crazy.
It's only $129.
It's absolutely crazy. So Jerry, our producer, tells me that Elizabeth is on the line. I want to go out to talk to her right now.
Awesome.
Elizabeth, thank you for joining us today here on Checker Pro Radio.
Yeah, you know what? The garage people were fantastic. The dude was friendly, professional.
That is so awesome to hear. Would you call Cody and his team out again if you needed anything else?
We will call him back if we need him. He was fair, honest, and very, very nice. It's nice to have somebody that's not pushy. He didn't push more, on us. He just, repaired what we needed to. And the rollers were great. I mean, yeah, that's how I found you guys on the radio show. And I said, I got to call these people. And I did, and set up an appointment. And I am very happy.
Elizabeth, would you recommend Cody and his team from Garage Door Doctor to your neighbors, friends, and family?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I told my neighbor Ray.
Oh, that's fantastic. And so if you were to give them a review, would it be 1 star or 5 or somewhere between?
I'd say a 5. we were completely satisfied. I mean, the price was right. We had to have an extra repair, and he didn't rip us off or talk us into anything we didn't need. Yeah, no issues at all.
Elizabeth, thanks for listening, and thanks for calling in. I really appreciate it. Elizabeth isn't the only one who has these types of stories, Cody.
Oh, it is an amazing testimonial, and I love to hear that. Nothing makes me happier than when somebody's calling in or they email me or something like that and just praising my team out there. It's a blessing. It really is. I really appreciate it.
And by the way, if you ever have anything that you want to convey to Cody and his team, you can call them anytime at 281-343-3632. 281-343-3632. And, I don't hide from anybody. I get calls all the time during the week at the office. And if you want to reach me, the best way to reach me is joe@checkapro.com, joe@checkapro.com, and I will answer any home improvement question I can or try to connect you with someone who can help you out, like my friends at Garage Door Doctor. How did your dad come up with the name?
I don't even know. All I know is he was a mechanic at Oldsmobile way back when, right? And he said, "Hey, I'm going to specialize in steering wheel columns," and he had to do, garage doors on the side as the steering wheel column was going to take off. He would go dealership to dealership because he could only max out on hours, only because my brother got here, my brother Ryan. Okay, so and the garage door side took off, and he's like, "Man, it may have been. I need to ask him again. How did he come up with it? It really is ingenious of him, but he's an expert and he is a doctor at what he does, and he expects efficiency but accuracy and quality of work, and that's what he's kind of instilled into me and my brother. So it's been a great experience.
Your father had come up with a logo years ago, but a couple of years ago, you guys upgraded it to something a little more contemporary. I'm sure you're getting great feedback on the new Garage Door Doctor look.
Yeah. Most people like it. I have not seen anybody that doesn't like it. It was kind of cool. It's like a stethoscope with a little garage door in it. Dad looked at it and he loved it. It was kind of my idea, not the design. It was kind of my idea. It was like, "Hey, Dad, maybe we should kind of like wrap our vehicles and stuff." And he loved the old logo, and he was mendable on this. And once we saw it, we both fell in love with this design. So couldn't be happier.
And you won't be happier with your garage door company. Many people, Cody, do not have a garage door company, a garage door guy. They may have a doctor or dentist, maybe even a mechanic for their car, but a lot of people don't have a garage door guy. It's now time to get Cody Johnson. Put his number in your phone, 281-343-3632. 281-343-3632. Now that you have his number in the phone, call Cody and his team to get your $129 garage door tune-up, ordinarily $350. So he's cut that in less than half, and he's throwing in 10 free rollers, and he's going to throw in on top of that a garage door inspection. You and your team come out, and you spend time in the garage, looking at the garage doors, and if the homeowner wishes, you explain things to them.
Oh, yeah, that's absolutely what we do. We're here to, learn about how long have you been there and kind of gather that intel. And then we're here to educate. That's our goal. We want to educate you on, the condition of the garage door, the safety issues on it, maybe even the most common warranties. That way you're not inconvenienced and you can go to work instead of having to stay home because your door won't close. That's what our job is. And most clients enjoy it.
I always like to talk about the history of garage doors.
Okay.
And I've joked around before that your great-great-grandfather, C.G. Johnson, in 1920 invented the overhead garage door. You have the same last name and the first initial of C.G. Johnson from 1921, but we did an ancestry test to find out you guys really aren't related. But I find it really interesting because you are so committed to garage doors, and the person who invented the overhead garage door here in the United States of America was C.G. Johnson in 1921. Is that a coincidence or what?
That is wild. That is, when you first found that, I was like, wait, hold on, what? So, but I was like, I don't know. I have studied garage doors all my life. Dad made me. So how about that? So
Yeah, no, it's incredible. A lot of people probably take the garage door for granted as they do the automobile. But if you think about it, back in 1921, automobiles were coming in. And I guess some people were thinking, how am I going to keep this out of the elements?
Right.
So they had carriage houses back then for their horses and the buggies. And so they didn't have a roll-up garage door with these sections that we have today. They had doors that swung out or some type of barn door. But over time, everything evolved into what we now know as a garage door and a garage door opener. And things really, really started to change after World War II.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just kind of, now it's part of everyday life now, right? So it used to be a luxury, and now almost everybody has one, at least here in Houston. So
absolutely. Cody's phone number is 281-343-3632. Call now to get your garage door tune-up for $350. Well, slash that. It's only $129. That's the normal price, the $350. Only $129 today. And on top of that, because I twisted Cody's arm, I said, can you do something else? He said, well, most people need better rollers. We're going to give the nylon rollers, 10 of them for free to your listeners today. I said, thank you. And I said, how about something else? I'm a little greedy for my listeners.
You are.
I'm a little greedy for you guys out there. And he said, we'll do our super duper garage door inspection all for $129. Call now, 281-343-3632. I see you have a 29-point inspection. That's a lot of points.
It is a lot of points, yes. You want me to go over a couple of them?
Why don't you go over some of the big ones that'll really help my listeners understand the important things you're looking at?
Absolutely. And some of these, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to check the overall condition of the actual sections of the garage door. Sometimes they're cracked or dented and the door is buckling. You would think that's obvious, but sometimes it's not. You hit the button, it works, right? But if it's cracking and it's starting to kind of buckle a little bit, you may not notice that, but it's like bending a coat hanger back and forth. Eventually, the entire door is just going to split in half. So, we're going to look over that. We're going to make sure all the screws are tight. We're going to check the cables on the sides. That's very dangerous. The cables are dangerous for the listeners. Don't touch those. But we're going to inspect those. And then we're going to put the door on a scale. We're literally going to close the door and put it on a scale. And hopefully it says less than 5 pounds, okay? Because that's what the door should really weigh. If the springs are balanced correctly and the door is down, it should weigh less than 5 pounds. We've seen some that are. This last week, I was looking over some of the jobs that the guys were doing, just making sure they're following the process. And I saw some that are like 25 pounds on the ground. Some that are. I saw the highest one I saw this last week was 57 pounds on the ground, and yet the client didn't even know because they hit the button. But the deal is, the opener has a belt drive. There's little plastic parts inside the motor, and he was there. My technician was there because the opener broke. And of course it did. Now we know why, right? The door's been heavy. So hopefully the goal here is let's be preemptive. Let's find out if there's an issue. If there is an issue, we present it to the client and they decide, do they want us to take care of it right then and there, or do they want to wait? Whatever's best for them.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's important that door not weigh more than 5 pounds, that it be somewhat balanced, because if someone pulls that little string, won't it come crashing down if it weighs that much and it's not being held up by the springs? Or am I wrong on that?
No, you're absolutely right. I skipped over the most important part. It's a safety deal, and that's really what this is. So thanks for correcting me. Absolutely. So the door needs to have a 3-point balance test. When the door is down, it should stay down. When you lift it halfway and you kind of stop it in place, it should stay right there. When you lift it all the way up, it should stay up. So a lot of times what happens as the power, the thunderstorms or a hurricane or just a power outage comes, you don't know you have an issue till you disengage it. And then you disengage it. A, maybe you can't even lift it. That's a problem. But B, if you do lift and you lift it all the way up to get the Suburban out, the problem is the door won't stay up. It just slams back down. It can destroy the section. It's dangerous. And so that's why it has to be fine balance there. It really does. And we should be doing a tune-up every single year. That's really what should be happening.
Every single year. You probably don't have a garage door expert. I like to say a garage door guy. Cody should be your guy. Here's his number, 281-343-3632. 281-343-3632. Cody Johnson's his name, from Garage Door Doctor. If you've just tuned in, you're going to get a garage door tune-up and 10 free rollers, not for the $350 it should cost, but for just $129. And on top of that, as Cody was just explaining, the garage door inspection, that's going to be for free.
Yes.
And you guys will uncover something in this 29-point inspection that's going to be a benefit. Maybe that spring needs to be tweaked a bit so the garage door doesn't come crashing down. Maybe those photo sensors are not aligned correctly. They may even be a little dirty. Maybe you clean them off a bit with a cloth. I mean, you guys are going to see something. You guys are going to notice that it needs to be lubricated, right?
Yeah, we
So
do
that's
lubricate.
part of the tune-up there. And so all these things, tightening up a screw, a bolt, making sure the cables, like you said, be careful of the cables. Stay away from cables. Keep your fingers away from rollers. And do not try to tighten or unwind the spring.
Yeah, absolutely. It's dangerous. It can take a hand off. It can kill you. I've had a couple people that trained and they got severely hurt. They didn't respect what it was. And you're absolutely right. But also, like, sometimes we uncover an issue, but a lot of times there are no issues, and that's great. So it's a peace of mind. Peace of mind. You're fine till next year. How about that? So, and we'll put a sticker up and you just give us a call down the road.
Cody, we're going to take a quick break. Here is Cody's phone number once again, 281-343-3632. Call now to get your garage door tune-up. Get 10 free nylon rollers. It's going to feel like a Cadillac garage door after that's going to run so smooth. And get your garage door inspection for free. 281-343-3632. We'll be right back right after this here on Checker Pro Radio. Stand by.
This is the Checker Pro Radio Show.
Did you know your old garage door can help save lives? Hi, I'm Tommy Mello with Garage Door Doctor. When we replace your garage door, we put the old garage door to work, donating old doors to local first responders so they can train for life-saving rescue operations. Right now, we'll give you up to $1,000 for your old garage door when you upgrade to a new one. From simple repairs to new garage doors, call the Garage Door Doctor today.
Honest quality work at a fair price. Garage Door Doctor. Garage Door Doctor.
Dennis Prager here. Just go to checkapro.com. You'll find names, phone numbers, affiliations, and license numbers, everything you need to feel confident about hiring a contractor and getting your project done right. Checkapro.com.
And back here on the Checker Pro Radio Show, my name is Jim Clouk, also known as Checker Pro Joe, for 20 years now, proudly serving the community here in Houston. I want to thank everybody for tuning in each and every week to my radio program and listening to me and my expert guests. And today I have Cody Johnson in the studio from Garage Door Doctor. Cody, welcome back.
Well, thank you. It's 20 years. Happy birthday. How about that?
Yeah,
So
thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, we have one of your happy customers on the phone. So we're going to go out to the phone right now. Michael is standing by. Hi, Michael. Welcome to the show. So tell me about your experience with Cody and your garage door.
Yeah, actually, my garage door is 35 years old, so it had issues, so I'm getting a new door put in.
Oh, so you're getting a new garage door from Cody and his team.
Yes, new door. I didn't have a closer on it or anything, so the old door was 35 years old. All the support beams on the doors had delaminated. In other words, everything was in bad shape. So I just decided to go ahead instead of trying to rehab that door so it'll stand up to a closer, just go ahead and put a new door on it.
Fantastic. So were you happy with Cody's service from Garage Door Doctor?
At this point, yes.
And if you were to give them a rating, like a star rating,
I'd say from the input I got from the service guy, I'd have to give him a 5. He was very knowledgeable, very upfront, spent a admirable amount of time going over everything with me. They seem to be a very stand-up company.
So, Michael, how did you hear about Cody and Garage Door Doctor?
See, I was out driving around and I heard the talk show and I listened, and like I say, my garage was 35 years old. I don't go in and out that much because I usually park my jet skis in the garage. I've had to put a screwdriver in the door to hold the door up for years, and I'm like, this door needs to be worked on. Like I say, I heard it and I go, you know what? Because the one thing I don't mess with, garage doors, the springs. I don't deal with that. Those things are dangerous.
Absolutely. They can be extremely dangerous. If you go to YouTube, you'll see some videos you wish you had not seen. And Michael, overall, do you have any feedback about your experience?
The information I got from the show was very good. The information I got from the tech was very good. In fact, they're installing it as we speak.
Fantastic. It's a great company. They're always going to be there for you. So if you ever have a problem, you can call on them at any point in time. And have yourself a fantastic day.
All right, you too.
You know, it's incredible. Michael's talking about what you and I were talking about. Don't mess with things on your own. He was concerned about, I'm not going to touch this thing, right? I'm not going to mess. I could lose a digit.
A digit or a finger, right? So absolutely. Glad he was aware that the garage doors, they're a moving wall, and that is a moving wall. It's heavy and it can hurt you real quick. So we don't need to be scared of it. We just need to respect what it is and be very careful on it. You shouldn't be working on it. Hire the experts. We're the doctors here, and we'll take care of it for you.
I like the fact that the last time you were on the radio with me, he was listening, he called, and he knew something was wrong. He's getting a new garage door because of it. That's not always what happens, but sometimes that does happen, right? Because you go out to the home, you do the inspection, you do the tune-up, and a recommendation could be, hey, we can keep this alive for a little while longer, or we can replace it, and here's the benefit of it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Can I tell the listeners a little bit about maybe our door process? It's different than everything. I think Michael enjoyed it. So first of all, if you ever want a door quote, let's just say the kiddo ran through the garage door. You can always call the same number and you just say, Cody said on the radio, free door quote. If you want a door quote, we'll get it for you for free. But what makes us a little bit different, this isn't just, we quote a door price over the phone. We're going to come out there. We're going to actually measure it. Joe, surprise, surprise, not every single door is the same size. Not every single door has what we call the headroom, same headroom on the inside. There's different radius tracks that we can install that would make your life so much easier. So if you got a taller SUV and you lift that hatchback up instead of it scratching the door every time, if there's more headroom, we can maybe put bigger radius tracks in. So that way the door's not hit, or your hatchback's not hitting the garage door every time. But also what we do is we'll take a picture of the front of your house, and then we get you on the phone with our door engineers, our virtual product specialists, and they're going to kind of like take a picture of your house and then put different flavors of garage doors up, for lack of better words, okay? And it's really awesome because now you don't have to guess, hey, what would a brown door look like on my house, or a black door? What about windows along the left side? Make it a little bit more modern or sleek. You don't have to guess anymore. We can design it and put it on that picture, and you can see it right there on the tablet for you. It's a really great experience because back in the old days, we'd just be like, you want the white door or the almond door, no other options, right? So we have plethora, we're a window of options now, okay? Not an ultimatum of one. And most clients really do enjoy that. We'll design whatever package is best for you. It's a really cool experience. The first time we did this, my brother and we did this together, and I was like, man, this really, really elevates our game here. And most clients just enjoy it thoroughly.
Call now to get your garage door tune-up, a garage door inspection, and 10 free rollers, not for the $350 number, but for only $129 today. Call now, 281-343-3632. Again, the phone number is so Jerry, my producer, is talking in my ear again. He does a lot of that. And he says he wanted me to know, he's reminding me, that we don't have 10 of these left. We don't have 7 of these left.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's only 3 left, Cody.
Whoa.
So you've got to call now, everybody. Only 3 offers left. Call now, 281-343-3632. 281-343-3632. Call Cody to get your garage door tune-up, to get a garage door inspection, and 10 free nylon rollers. These are premium rollers. It's going to change your garage door. Your garage door is not going to look a lot different, but it's going to sound and feel different. When I say feel, sometimes it feels like a freight train is moving down the driveway, or in the garage, or in the room above the garage. Your family is going to say, did we get a new garage door system? And you're going to say, for $129, I got 10 free rollers and it's a leaking garage door.
It's amazing,
Isn't that great?
You're absolutely right. Some of these garage doors, they sound like a tank. It's waking up the neighbors 3 houses down. So we can quiet these things down. We can make it smooth, and let's make it great again. How about that? We can make your garage door great again.
I love that slogan. I'm not sure where you got that. It sounds very familiar. Garage Door Doctor will make your garage door great again. 281-343-3632. 281-343-3632. We've got a few moments before the next break, Cody. However, I want people to stay tuned because when we come back from the break, I want you to talk all about the MyQ system, which I happen to have. I think we should tease this a little bit so people know what we're going to be covering after the break. Without getting into details, MyQ is the next level of technology for garage doors. Your garage door will still have rollers. It still has a spring, still has cables. It still goes up and down, but the way it does is totally different.
You're going to love it.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that after we come back from the break. But before that, I want to let everybody know that we only have 2 of these left. If you've just tuned in to the show, my name is Joe, Checker Pro Joe. Cody's joining me from Garage Door Doctor, and we're talking about your garage door. We've been talking about safety. We've been talking about the way it should sound, the way it should operate, and the way it could look. So Cody's always reminding me, he says, Joe, don't forget, a garage door quote is always free at Garage Door Doctor.
Yes, absolutely. So if you're interested in getting a new garage door, you want to see different designs on your house, just give us a call, say Cody said free door quote, and we'll do it. We're going to make your house smile again.
Yeah, 281-343-3632. Put the phone number in your phone if you don't want to take advantage of this phenomenal deal at $129 for a garage door tune-up, 10 free rollers, and a garage door inspection. Put Cody's number in your phone so when that spring breaks, when a cable goes offline, or if you don't get these rollers now and then the roller pops out of the track, that's a problem too, because you don't want to press the garage door opener button when that happens. You hope that one of your panels hasn't torn. Just let it sit there and call Cody so he can come out and help you, because that is a predicament. 281-343-3632. 281-343-3632. Jody sent me an email, Cody, with a question, which is kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know what that cord is. So that there's a string that's above our heads in the garage door, and it's on that track where the chain is. Why should or shouldn't someone pull that cord?
Okay. So if we do pull that cord, please try to have the garage door all the way down. Okay. So hear me out. So what I call that and what's called is emergency pull cord. Okay. So if the power's out, lightning hits the house, your opener's fried, you hit the button, it's not working. But hey, you got to go to work, you got to go to school, whatever the case is. Your car is in the garage. How do we get our car out? So you pull that red cord, but make sure the door is down, and I'll explain why. But if the door is down, you pull the red cord, and you should be able to lift your door up. If you can't, then we may have a bigger issue with the garage door, right? The reason you want to do your best on pulling that cord down when the door is in the down position is that if it's in the up position and I pull that red cord down, if the door is heavy or the spring is broken, the garage door can slam down. So please be very careful and mindful of that. Anytime you're pulling that red cord, keep the kids away from the garage door opening, because sometimes the door won't close and you got to do what you got to do to try to secure the house. We understand that. Everybody needs to stay away from the garage door opening when you pull the red cord down. Again, it's not about the 99.9% of the time everything works like it's supposed to. That 0.1% that we got to keep mindful of that, because these doors are moving walls and it's the largest moving wall you're going to have, right? So be very careful of it, but you don't need to be scared. Just be respectful of it. Pull the red cord down. It's going to be now you can lift and close the door in manual mode until the power comes back on or we get out there and fix your opener.
Call Cody now, 281-343-3632. Take advantage of this garage door tune-up, 10 free rollers, and a garage door inspection, all for just $129. You're saving a lot of money. It's ordinarily $350. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the MyQ system for your garage doors. And if you don't have the MyQ system, you've got to stay tuned for this. We'll be right back right after this right here on Checker Pro Radio. Stand by.
This is the Check a Pro Radio Show.
Did you know your old garage door could help save lives? Hi, I'm Tommy Mello with Garage Door Doctor. When we replace your garage door, we put the old garage door to work, donating old doors to local first responders so they can train for life-saving rescue operations. Right now, we'll give you up to $1,000 for your old garage door when you upgrade to a new one. From simple repairs to new garage doors, call the Garage Door Doctor today.
Honest quality work at a fair price. Garage Door Doctor. Garage Door Doctor.
If you want to get a home improvement project done, but you don't know who to call, I can help. This is Dave Ramsey. Don't call. Log on to checkapro.com.
And back here on Check a Pro Radio, I am Check a Pro Joe, and I have one of my favorite expert guests here, a pre-qualified Check a Pro member, Cody Johnson from Garage Door Doctor. Hello, Cody.
Hello, Joe. Thank you for having me.
It is great to have you here. If you've just tuned in, you're a little late to get the offer. So, Cody, Jerry tells me, our producer, that the 10th person during the break called, which means we have no more of these $129 garage door tune-up specials.
Well, look.
What can you do for me, man?
Look, just when you call, so we saw this maybe last week. It was different then, but we had something wrong with our phone line, and a couple people got our voicemail. We didn't reach back out to them in time, and I apologize for that. So in these cases, just please, when you talk to my customer experience people on the phone, just tell them Cody said 129 tune up with 10 free rollers. Just tell them that I said that, and we're going to honor what we said on the radio, because a lot of times it is our fault. So
you're extending this.
I'll extend it,
even if there's a 12th or 13th person calling today.
Yep. Just call today, and we'll be able to see the timestamps and stuff. So no worries.
I appreciate that. Okay, so I'll give your phone number out again: 281-343-3632 for a garage door tune-up and 10 free rollers. You know, I was going to say the 10 free rollers are the best part of this, but not necessarily, because the tune-up is important as well. And so is the inspection. So out of the three, I don't think there's anything in here that's better than the other. You really have to offer all three, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the goal here is let's be preemptive. So that way our car isn't trapped inside the garage, or worse, outside the garage, and we can't get inside, right? So let's be preemptive, control what you can control. Don't just let life happen to you, okay? So that's what the goal is here. And for us as a company, we're going to be able to put a sticker up. We're building a relationship with our clients, and we're all going to grow together. It's going to be wonderful.
Before we went to the last break, I alluded to something called MyQ. And MyQ is amazing. I have MyQ on both my garage door openers. And I'll tell you, the other night, no joke, my wife forgot to put the garage door down.
Uh-oh.
But it wasn't a problem, because I programmed the MyQ. Rain or shine, snow, sleet, whatever it is, windy, dark, whatever, at 10 p.m. every night, if it's not down, it will go down. And before we get into how great that is, I just want to let everybody know, when it goes down by itself, it actually takes more precaution than if I hit the button myself manually, because what happens is it starts to beep.
Yes.
And the light flashes. It gives everyone a warning, including the raccoons that have gone into my garage at 9:55, eating the bird seed I have in there, and that has happened. It gives everyone a chance to know that these doors are going to go down. But even beyond that, because Cody's come out to make sure that everything is safe in your garage in terms of your garage door, even if it came down and it hit your car, well, it probably won't, because the sensors are going to say, don't put it down. Even if it misses a sensor and it hits the hood or top of your car, it's going to bounce back because it's properly calibrated to go back up. So it's a very safe system.
Yes, absolutely. So on the MyQ, it's made by Chamberlain. The other brand would be called LiftMaster. MyQ is the app. It's a free app. Okay. Now the opener has to be Wi-Fi or MyQ integrated. It has to be able to have Wi-Fi. Exactly, compatible. But on a lot of these new units that we have now, the Wi-Fi chip is built inside of it. It's all part of it. The app is free. It's really amazing because you can open and close it from your cell phone. So I don't know about you, but like for me, I've got 8 kids. Okay. So you don't have 8 kids. I know that part. But when my kids leave and they just go to H-E-B or they go to the store somewhere, they leave the door open. And now I can get alerts on my phone. I can make it automatically close. I prefer to be able to control when it does. So I get an alert on my phone. Your door's been open for 20 minutes. and I just hit a button. I hit a button and it closes it. I'm at work and it closes it. I could be in a customer's garage and I can open and close my garage door from my cell phone. It's really amazing stuff. In the app, on my opener, there's also a camera. So there's a camera that's built in. And so I can actually not just trust it saying open for 20 minutes. I can look at it and say, yeah, my garage door's open. There's no kids in there, and I can close it. It's really amazing stuff. And then, like you said, you can automate it where it's automatically set to open or close at certain times. Or if the door's been open past 9 p.m., you can set it to close. You can even do it just on the weekends or weekdays. You can send out a user code for like the maid, if you have a maid or a dog sitter coming over and say you're out of town. It's really amazing stuff. The technology now, they've got this stuff fine-tuned. As long as you got Wi-Fi reaching into a garage, good signal in your garage, we can connect it all up for you, and it's really amazing.
The internet has changed a lot of how we live our lives today, and it has not forgotten the garage and the garage door opener. MyQ doesn't really cost any extra money. The app is free. Many garage door openers have it integrated, or you can upgrade it.
Yes.
Actually, my garage door openers didn't have it built in, but they were like MyQ ready.
Right.
And so I think for like $29 or something, we upgrade. I don't know what it was. And so we've got it. I would recommend, when you get your new garage door opener, getting one that's integrated.
Yes. All the new openers now that we have are going to have a Wi-Fi chip built in. Yours is it's a fantastic opener. At the time, it was the best one there is. Yours was MyQ compatible, but you needed an external thing to connect to the Wi-Fi. But nowadays, the client doesn't need to worry about. New opener will have a Wi-Fi chip built in, and we'll help you set up the Wi-Fi app, the MyQ app, and we'll show you kind of how it works. And if you want more detail, we'll give it to you. If you want less, that's fine too.
One thing I like about it is it's on my phone. It can be on anyone else's phone I authorize.
Right.
You don't need the remote controls that come with a garage door anymore. Remember the ones you put on the visor? And then after a while, we were able to program them into the car, and that was integrated, which I still do. So in my car, it's integrated into the roof button, right?
HomeLink, yeah.
HomeLink, thank you. I can't remember the last time I pulled out one of those clip-on visor ones. Do people use those much anymore?
They do still use it,
okay,
yes.
Okay.
So not every vehicle has the HomeLink built in. A lot of times you would think it's supposed to, but it doesn't have it. So the remotes are still very commonly used, but usually on like a young family, an expanding family, for instance, like I've got 8 kids. I know not everybody's got 8 kids. On mine, now only 2 of them can drive. One of them has a clicker, a remote control. The other one, Rebecca is using the MyQ app to open and close the garage door. So, and yes, I can get a remote, but she likes the app. That's what she uses. So see, her car is a little bit messier. How about that? Okay. But no, she uses the MyQ app, but absolutely. So as the family expands or say mom and dad come in and move with you, if you think they're going to lose remotes or anything like that, or you lost your remote, a lot of times you're like, I don't want to buy a remote. Well, if you have the MyQ app on your motor unit, just connect it and you should be able to open and close it from your cell phone. It'll buy you some time.
I get alerts on my phone when someone opens the garage door, so I know if a child or my wife or anyone has asked that door to open, which is good because if no one's supposed to be in the garage for some reason, you may want to look at the camera.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but this stuff is secure. It's really amazing. And what I really like about the newer units is the DC motors. So the DC motors, you were mentioning earlier, like, hey, you have the safeties built in. You have your photo eyes. You have a downforce safety. If it hits me, it should stop and go back up. Well, there is still what's called an AC motor. And so when that opener hits me or that door hits me, it's going to put more pressure on me. Something can bend and break. And by the way, we don't want the door to hit anything. If that's happening, it can. Let's just be clear. These are to not maim and kill safeties. It can still damage. I want to make that clear, just a little clarity there. But on the DC motors that we have on our newer units, it is a soft start, soft stop. It's less wear and tear on the garage door. It's about half to a third of the noise level of an AC motor, which also means the vibration is half to a third of that. So if we have a little kid's room up above the garage, it's a lot smoother and quieter. Maybe it doesn't wake Susan up when you're leaving at 5 a.m, right? But anyways, and it should be more gentle when it hits something and it stops, goes back up. But understand it is still something hitting it, so we got to be safe. It's got the latest, greatest safeties that there is, that we have technology currently. So it's amazing stuff.
Cody's phone number, 281-343-3632. He is the garage door doctor. The doctor is in the house. We went through all 10 of the offers he brought for the $129 garage door tune-up, which included 10 free rollers and a garage door inspection. When he heard that a few moments ago, he offered an extension. So anyone who's listening now who would like to get in on this deal before the end of the show, you can call to get it. Just let the customer service representative that answers the phone over at Cody's office, just let him know that Cody said to extend this offer.
Absolutely. Just
Okay.
tell him on the phone. Cody said on the radio, 129, tune up with 10 free rollers, and just tell him on the phone, and we'll make it right to you.
The only way to get this is to call. You've got to call right now, 281-343-3632, 281-343-3632. We're getting close to the conclusion of the program. We covered a lot today. What have we missed today on the show?
Not much. Although I did have to tell you, celebrating you 20 years. That's amazing. And I do have to say, Joe, this is a phenomenal experience. And a lot of times when I go out there, and I do actually still go to the garages, believe it or not. So when I go out there, a lot of our clients are saying that they love your show and we appreciate what you're doing for us. And this city has been great to us, and we do really appreciate the opportunity to grow with you.
And I thank you for those kind words, Cody. I am in probably the best position. Now, I know you think you are because you helped the homeowner get their car out of the garage when the spring broke, or make it sound quieter, or install MyQ, all these great things you guys can do. But I think that I'm in a better position to help people because I also help my listener, the homeowner. You go out to their home because they call because we're talking about this, which is great. But I also get to help you, your dad, your brother, your whole family as well, which I love doing.
Well, yeah, and it's just been a great partnership. And I would say one other thing, like for our listeners, when our technicians there, ask them about our Worry-Free Club. It has a lot of benefits to you. It extends a lot of labor warranties out for you. It comes with a free surge protector for your opener. So just, ask them anything you want to know about us or what we do or anything about your garage door system. Just ask them that we're here to help and educate.
Fantastic. On that note, Cody, thank you so much for joining me here today on Checkup Pro Radio. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Listen up, contractors. The Checkup Pro Challenge is on. Dave Ramsey here to tell you demand is growing for your services. My friend Jim Klauck is the owner of CheckupPro.com. Jim needs to add more contractors to the website to keep up with the demand. So if you're the best in your field and you want to expand your customer base, you need to take the Checkup Pro Challenge. Do you super serve your customers? Do your customers rave about you? Then log on to CheckupPro.com and take the Checkup Pro Challenge. It's not easy. I know the high standards at Checkup Pro, but once you get qualified, you'll be listed among the best contractors in the area. Right now, homeowners are looking for remodelers, plumbers, electricians, roofers, AC companies, landscapers, and other home service providers. So, if you have what it takes to serve your customers well, take the Checkup Pro Challenge at CheckupPro.com. CheckupPro.com.